what's up, everybody? Welcome to Indie Comics Review. This week, I'm going to be reviewing two books. That's right, only two books. This week, I only had a chance to read a couple of books. It was a really busy week for me. I went to a comic show or a Comic-Con, the only one in my state for this year, and picked up a lot of books there. It took a lot of my time this weekend. I did a video about it. I already posted the video. And also there was not a lot of books, these are not on my pull list, that were new indie books this week. I've got some more coming in for this week. There shouldn't be a problem next week with having it probably be a glut of books next week. But this week, you only got two, so it's going to be pretty quick. At the end of the video, I'll be revealing who wins this week's giveaway, which is Something is Killing Children, number 16. I kept saying 13, but it's actually number 16. That's the latest one that's come out. Cover A, and I'll be revealing who, or what I should say, the next book in the giveaway is going to be. So let's get started with this week's reviews. First up this week is Jupiter's Legacy, Requiem. That is by Mark Miller, written by Mark Miller, and illustrated by Tommy Lee Edwards on Image. So Jupiter's Legacy, Miller claims that this is, in the back of the book, he talks about this being the final chapter in the Jupiter's Legacy saga. The first was serialized on Netflix. That's my introduction to it. I honestly have not read any Jupiter's Legacy books before this. So all I know is what happened in the TV show. That said, I came into this book with a lot of, I don't know, I guess a lot of holes that need to be filled, I guess. So this book kind of, even though I haven't read a lot of or any of the other books, I was able to catch up just by reading this book. For instance, Chloe is now the new Lady Liberty. And it's kind of a far cry from the party girl that would stick anything up her nose in a TV show. And she's also married Hutch, and they have kids now, and they're also divorced. As the story opens in 2051, there's been a tug of war between the superheroes and the supervillains for control of the world. And right now the world is in a pretty good place. Relatively speaking, that is. Climate control has been achieved. Hunger and disease have been virtually eliminated. But as always, people are still people. And, people are always going to be having problems. So the story opens while an international terrorist has hacked into the climate control system, and he's going to blackmail the authorities into paying him $1 trillion. And we see descendants of the Samson family on their separate paths. Like one is the new utopian, and another is a civil rights activist, and he's really bent on bringing down China, who is still oppressing his people. Go figure, in the future. And one is just a regular guy with no powers. He just loves playing with his nieces and nephews. Now, Hutch, the ex of the new Lady Liberty, aka Chloe, has been reduced to selling autographs at Comic-Cons to make a living. And the fates of all the other old heroes is not really totally revealed, at least not yet in the story, unless they did so in some previous volume where I have not read, that is. But I'm starting to piece things together. There's some pretty shocking revelations about what happened on the island in the original series, so that was pretty interesting too. Even though I've missed big chunks of the story, I still plan to read issue 2. Because I really find this universe interesting. I love that how they question the "we don't kill anybody" trope in the first series. So I'm going to follow it a bit longer to see where this more realistic superhero drama goes. As far as Netflix canceling the show, that's what I've heard, at least. Maybe I haven't heard the latest news, but I did hear that Netflix had decided not to renew for some reason Jupiter's Legacy. My guess is that just Netflix does not like to spend money on shows like this that cost a lot of money in production. It's a lot easier just to make up a reality show or a comedy show where you just pay the actors or pay people to do simple stuff. And they don't like to go longer than 3 seasons with Netflix. Anyway, they do pick you up. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to be picked up by someone else. I wouldn't be surprised. It was such a good show. It was well received as far as I know. In fact, Miller is talking about that in the book, as in the back of this book, as it is being written. He's saying that the show is premiering on Netflix, and it's setting all kinds of records for views. So we'll see what happens with the Netflix show. But as far as the book goes, I'm down with Jupiter's Legacy Requiem. It's a pretty good read. Next book is Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, in Caligula's Kitchen. It's the first installment. It's from Bad Idea Comics, and it's written by Robert Venditti and drawn by David Lapham. Hank Howard is like this down and out detective, probably closer to what most PIs are than what you see glamorized in the movies. And one day Hank is like scanning the want ads, trying to figure out how he's going to pay the rent. Then he sees this listing like right up his alley. It's a corporate pizza chain is looking for a detective to solve thefts that occur in the company. The first job is to investigate a safe that was cracked in one of their stores. All right, and the company pretty much smells a rat. It usually is an inside job, and that's what they say it is. So Hank starts interrogating like this pimply faced teenager, and he literally gives him the third degree with the bright light and everything. And this kid has had the misfortune of being the poor sucker who had to close the store. I've been there myself. The last person closing, you're not going to get stuck up or anything, and it's just a horrible situation to be in. But this kid was just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Hank ends up solving the case of the broken safe and the Caligula's kitchen. But I will go into that, and he becomes lead detective for Caligula Pizza and for the whole chain. And I could totally see Kurt Russell playing this guy. I mean, it's almost like, I don't know if Venditti had him in mind when he wrote this character or not, but I could just see Kurt Russell in the role. He definitely had that same vibe. And then there's a backstory in this book also. It's called Save Now, and some might say that it's even better than the lead story. This is about a group of heroes that have a team member named Saber. He narrates the story, and he likes to say that he likes that Saber sounds like Savior. I guess he has kind of this Christ complex or something. And he has this pretty cool power. He can rewind time. He can go forward. He can't go forward, but he can go backwards. So he can relive time. So he has to relive the time all over again. So if he goes backwards, say like 10 minutes, he's got to relive that 10 minutes all over again. He goes back an hour, he's got to relive that hour all over again. But the people who are in his presence don't feel any different. They're like experiencing it for the first time, which is like really cool. And the benefit for that is that he can coach his teammates on how to not make the same mistakes in battles for the next time that he reverses or rewinds time. And this ends as a continued story with a very interesting premise, as did Hank's story did. So I feel like this was probably going to be an ongoing series with maybe these two stories in this book. One thing I really love about this book is that it was $1. I mean, this book the production values of it is so great. This $1 book has better production values than most Marvel books for $6. It's really high quality. It's got 2 stories in it. And so I'm sure they ate that expense just to draw in readership, which makes sense. And I guess it worked because I'll probably buy it again if I get a chance to, that is, which brings me to the whole Bad Idea thing. Bad Idea. What the fuck? So now they're saying that they're going to cease production as we know it. So as we know it could mean lots of things. I really love all the bad. I haven't, this one included. I haven't run across a bad idea comic yet. I really hope that they make more books. Um, but I don't know what they're doing. I mean, this last thing where they want you to buy in for the last bad idea books with a $100 and something package that they're only going to offer for one day, and then you can't they can't be delivered. I mean, because I'm ordering stuff from a shop where they're sending me some of the books like Whalesville and Tankers. But you can't even do that because nope, you gotta be in person. So they're coming up with all these rules, and there comes a point where you're just gonna people are just gonna say, to hell with you, man. I mean, great, you get off to this great start. People noticed you. You're on the map. Your books are selling for crazy numbers. Don't fuck it up. I mean, you got these B school geniuses out there trying to come up with new marketing techniques. And, they're just like, I could just go on and on. But they're just so in love with themselves. They think they're so smart. They think that every gimmick is a good gimmick. And there comes a time when you got to back off. And okay, once you got the people's attention, back off and make the book more accessible, not less accessible. And if I doubt they're going away because they're just, how about would you walk away from this success, all that you put into it? So, I don't know. Long story short, it's just, and I love the books in spite of whoever is there. I don't know the guy's name. I forgot his name, but he's just, probably some fucking salesman guy who just came up with all these ideas. But, some of them were good, and now it's just like pushing it too far, and they just don't know when to stop. So that being said, at the end of the day, I think that that this book was a good book, and if it does come out again, I'll probably try to get it again if I can, if they don't come up with some kind of like weird restrictions on how you can get the book. All right, so that's all the reviews for right now. Let's get to the drawing for this week, which I've already got queued up here in the old little glass tumbler here. A little bit more names than normally, but not too many more, so still a pretty good chance to win the Something is Killing the Children, number 16, cover A. So let's reach in, take the first one on top, and see what it is. Oh, the drama. And the winner is God Tank. Yes, God Tank. If you're out there, God Tank, you are the winner of the Something is Killing the Children, number 16. Congratulations. All right, so right now my websites and everything are just in flux. That's another reason I didn't have time. Oh yeah, there's so much shit going on, I forget sometimes. I'm trying to get all that figured out, so please bear with me on that. Right now I'm going to leave my Gmail address, email address down. So God Tank, shoot me an email with your shipping details in that, and I'll get that out to you as soon as I can, until I get everything else figured out. So yeah, next week the giveaway is going to be Bunny Mask number 1, the A cover. So this is a book I think many of us enjoyed, and though there's some cringe-worthy moments in it, it's still a good piece of comic goodness. So that's it for now, folks. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on so you know when I make another video. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the funny papers. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.